Greetings everyone, this is Annie Miraj Khidwai. Thank you very much for stopping by to this YouTube channel. It's a pleasure having you here. And today I'm going to talk about a very different topic. And it's not for children, so please switch off this video. This is not for you, it's for adults. Before that, if you would like to know about me, who am I, what I do, please check out my website, that is vertexthesolution.com, and you will find all the details about me there. As I keep on talking about education, psychology, personalities, and psychology is my favorite subjects, and I talk about it a lot in my videos. So I would like to talk about such a delicate topic of a society, and I don't know people have recorded on this or not, but I want to talk about because I came across some conversations lately and that had influenced me to come up and talk about it. I'm not sure how much I'm able to reach, but I'm sure I'm able to reach to the like-minded individuals who are open to understand what I'm trying to say. I would like to talk about the age gap in compatibility for marriages or companionship in general. How would you like to take it? I mean, take it how it resonates, how you, whether it's a relationship with anyone. I'm talking about romantic relationships, particularly here, such as marriages and certain kind of things. So the age gap in the partners, how it influences the relationship as a whole. Does it really matter? And if a person is younger or a person is older, an age gap should be a significant age gap. I'm not talking about if a woman is 6 months older to a boy or a guy, if a woman is 1 or 2 years older, 3 years older. I'm not talking about that kind of a age gap. That's not an age gap. That's almost of similar age group, right? I'm talking about significant age gap. I'm talking about age gap of, let's say, 10 or more years. Okay, if somebody is 10 years older, can be the woman or can be a man. Now, does it affect? Does it matter? In one word, in my opinion, it doesn't matter at all whether a person is older or younger. It all matters about the compatibility. Now, when I'm talking about compatibility, it makes very clear that compatibility has no correlation with a person's chronological age. As I also spoke about this, I think in some of my video, does age matter with respect to education, I think I spoke about. I am forgetting that. You can check in the playlist of my channel. I'm talking here specifically about concerning our personal life, where our marital relationships or certain kind of relationships are concerned based on human psychology. In my observation analysis, as I meet people, I talk to people, different sorts of people, different kind of people, I travel, I observe people, and of course I come into communication with people as well. So I don't think so it does matter. It doesn't matter at all if a person is older or if a person is younger. And it can be a man or a woman, both. So let's talk about, firstly, whether if a person who is a spouse and a spouse is a male, he's older to his wife. Does it affect? How does it affect? And how much it is acceptable in our society, and you know how well people are able to gel up with it. Well, with respect to this, usually in Eastern societies, it's completely acceptable. It's quite a traditional norm that a man is older and the woman is younger. And this is how things are, usually. There are many factors around it as well, in terms of bearing children, raising children, providing for the family, protection of the family, and many other things around it. So it was a kind of a norm, a tradition, I would say, in some of the societies usually, which is acceptable as well. And it is ideal that a guy or a man should be older to the girl, whether 1 year, 2 year, or whatever it may be. And it's acceptable. People accept it. But if a woman is older to a guy or to a man, somewhere it's not acceptable in the society, or now it certainly is in more liberal societies, but still somewhere it raises questions or eyebrows. In my view, in my opinion, it's completely acceptable. I mean, a person can marry anyone they like. That doesn't matter if the person is older or younger, 10 year, 15 year, 20 year, 5 year, 3 year, 6 months, whatever it may be. Age doesn't matter to choose a spouse for yourself. But what matters, not even the factors around age, okay, the compatibility with the person, the psychology of the person, the mental age of a person. Chronological age does not matter for anything, any choices you make in your life, but your mental age certainly matters. Now, mental age certainly derives your IQ, certainly shows how mature you are in your life, how responsible you are, how you understand different circumstances, situations of your life around you, and then you make decisions accordingly. And therefore, in a relationship like a marriage, it plays a huge role. That what's a mental age of an individual, that creates a sense of responsibility, sense of balance, a healthy dynamic in the relationship, and of course compatibility between two people. Now, the problem arises is not with the chronological age of an individual. The problem arises with the compatibility of two people. And when the personalities of two people in a marriage might be different from one another, maybe there is some kind of a personality disorder of some kind that may affect or impact the relationship as a whole, and certainly impact and affect the other areas around that, does matter. So it should be understood that the age of a person, chronological age of a person, doesn't matter in choosing a spouse or a partner for oneself, but there are many factors around it as well. There are many factors around it, and those factors are pretty natural. Those factors are pretty, because, for example, let's take an example here. If a person is let's say a person is around 36, 37 or 38-year-old, and the other person, the spouse of that person, let's say is 24, 23 or 22, that kind of a bracket the person is. It would be very difficult for the younger person to adjust to the circumstances and lifestyle or responsibilities that needs to be shared with the other person who is older in that age. Either the dynamic, either the responsibility goes on of that relationship with respect to the responsibilities altogether on the person who is older, can be financial, emotional, understanding, compassion, empathy, love, nourishment, caring for the children, providing for the family, protecting the family, taking decisions, um, social interactions, maintaining relationships socially, and many other things around it. And then, of course, making decisions around it. Or if the person is able to, manage, then of course that does not matter, and that refers to the compatibility, not the age. The other factor here is when there is some sort of a personality disorder, which I keep on writing about on my Instagram and Facebook as well. Go and check those posts. If a person is older and certainly has narcissistic personality, now narcissism or narcissistic personality disorder has no relevance with age, but certainly when the narcissistic individual age, they become more and more toxic, more abusive, controlling and manipulative, more rigid, more aggressive, more frustrated. That becomes a taxing situation to the younger person, for the younger spouse, and which eventually affect the health or mental health or physical health of the younger one more as the older spouse age. And certainly then also it creates a kind of a complex in the older spouse as well for the younger one in comparison, which creates a denial of accepting at what age they are, or if they are suffering from health issues, if they are having health problems, and they're not able to share equal responsibilities, which again creates an impact further. And certainly that toxicity, that abuse, that control, that manipulation without accountability and responsibility of a person does impact the surroundings as well. And eventually, when I'm talking about narcissism and narcissistic personalities, this is the trait, it's a personality disorder. They're insecure individuals, they do not take responsibilities, they play victims, they have blame game, guilt tripping, and changing perceptions and perspectives of others around them about themselves, gaining sympathy, validation, and avoiding responsibilities and accountabilities for what they saw or done with their actions. That impacts relationships. Age doesn't impact relationships. Compatibility and personality of individuals does impact marriages or any sort of a relationship it is. I hope I am able to communicate myself properly, what I wanted to communicate in this particular video here. And I hope I've come across with the message here that it's important also to find compatibility rather than finding convenience. Because if you're finding convenience, it's going to, come on you in some of the other hour of your life. So compatibility is essential rather than convenience for anything. Thank you very much. I hope you like this video. Pretty straightforward. You can leave your feedback in the comment section below. If you like what I said, press the like button, share these videos with family and friends around, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.